What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Slayer with another video. Today I'm giving you my 30 plus hour review of Battlefield 6. Yes, I have over 30 hours on the game already. Don't judge me. I'm on nights right now, so when I'm off, I just play video games all night. It is what it is. But today we're going to be talking about some first impressions, talking about some gunplay and some mechanics. We're going to talk about maps and level design, classes, and specializations, modes, and game variety, okay? So first off, my overall verdict on this game is it's amazing. I love it. It's a good time, super fun. I have yet to be bored with this game. Right now I'm grinding for the 50 cal sniper rifle because I've truly enjoyed sniping on Battlefield 6. It's super satisfying. The visuals are great. The sound design is great. I think Battlefield 6 has probably the best sound design there is. So, um, the visual effects are awesome. The buildings falling apart in front of you, vehicles blowing up next to you. All those things are super fun to look at and fun to play around. Uh, the performance of the game, as I said before, the optimization of this game is fantastic. I can't complain. I have yet to lag after 30 plus hours of gameplay. The only problems I've ran into is when you first load into this screen here. Sometimes it'll bug out and like push you all the way off the screen, which I don't know why that happens, but it does. Last night I had a problem with the game randomly like kicking me out and saying that I had to update, which I thought was kind of weird. But it is what the very minute problems. Like compared to most games in 2025, I think this game is probably optimized the best I've played in a very, very long time. At least post COVID, it's the best game I've played when it comes to optimization and how it works, how it sounds, how it looks, all those things. The gunplay is good. I think it's fantastic. I don't necessarily like how the guns fire too much when you first get them. After you get some attachments on them, they work pretty good. Um, there is some bloom when you shoot the guns, um, but Battlefield's always been known for like their realism. So I think that was their idea behind it was like let's make these guns not just shoot straight automatically, like you have to work for it. Which I really don't mind. I mean, it adds another challenge to the game. Uh, the time to kill, SMGs are OP as shit. I think that they need to change time to kill on SMGs, especially like the MP5. I'll be getting fried by the MP5, dude. It's crazy. Um, the shotgun is obscene. I've been killed by a shotgun over 25 meters away, 30 meters away, in one shot. So I think they do need to nerf the shotgun just a little bit and maybe nerf the SMGs just a little bit. But overall, the gun's time to kill is not bad. The attachments and customization system works great. I think they did a good job of balancing out how many attachments they put in the game versus um, what you actually need. Like in Call of Duty, I find that they put way too many attachments in the game, and it's kind of frustrating because like half of them you don't even use, so they're just taking up space for no reason. Um, it's annoying. So I think they did a good job with that. Melee. So I'm a little frustrated with melee because like I'll go up and knife somebody and they won't die. So like I think the knife should be a one hit kill. Personally, that's just my personal opinion. Um, if I'm doing something wrong, you let me know. But I have yet to actually use a knife for what it's intended to, besides running around extra fast. Um, the fluidity of sprinting, vaulting, and sliding. So sliding in Battlefield 6, it is what it is. It's definitely not like Call of Duty, which it wasn't intended to be. It's not an arcade shooter, so I don't see a problem with the sliding. I rarely use the sliding if I'm being honest with you. Whereas in Call of Duty, I slide all the time. But that's the movements and mechanics of Call of Duty versus Battlefield 6. Sprinting is good. Vaulting, I think it's kind of cool how quick you can get on ADS after you vault over a cover, which you kind of move faster over cover than you do in any other shooter that I've played. which is kind of cool. Especially some of those urban environments when you're hopping over walls and stuff like that. It makes it super fun to play. Um, Maps and level design. So I like all the maps. I really do. I enjoy them all. This is probably my least favorite map out of all of them because everybody just snipes on top of these buildings and you're just continually getting shot in the face from across the map. Um, Again, it's not a game problem. That's a me problem. I suck. So I'm not complaining about the game in that sense. However, I don't care for this map as much as the other ones. But overall, the maps are awesome. I play all the conquest. I really haven't played in the small map stuff. But I know with the small maps, the small map game modes, they kind of just took all the big maps and cut them down to small maps, which, from what I've heard, has worked out very well. So I don't see a problem with any of the maps. Um, the map sizes are good. I like the big maps. It's a nice little change in pace from what you get on other shooters, i.e., Call of Duty. Um, it makes you kind of tactically think, and your avenue approach can change in more ways than you can on other games. The destruction of the maps is cool as shit. I already talked about that in visuals. I think it's cool. Everything is destructible. Like I had a group of dudes in a building, and they were hiding in there, and I shot my grenade launcher and blew them all up. It was kind of fun. It's very satisfying. Favorite and least favorite map. I already talked about that. The last map was my least favorite map. Environmental detail. So the environmental detail on this game is crazy. The amount of time and effort they put into the environments in this game really show the attention to detail. Battlefield 6 has always been like that. I mean, even in older Battlefield 6s, you can look at it, and I feel like they were way ahead of their time when it comes to map detail and immersiveness. Like, if you turn your HUD off on Battlefield 6 and just play with no HUD, it looks like you're playing on a movie. It's pretty crazy. Um, and I might do that actually for one of the videos or a live stream, just do no HUD. Um, because it's super cool to see. It looks like you're watching an actual cinematic film. Because Battlefield 6 does such a good job, or Battlefield does such a good job of
the with the COVID, excuse me, with dealing with everything we have to do with. Look, if
putting so much detail into the gameplay and the maps and all that kind of stuff. Classes and specializations. So I've been playing a lot with the assault, the support class, and the recon class. Um, Assault I like because you can carry two primary weapons. So right now I'm carrying the Scar and I'm carrying the DMR, the EMR I think it's called. Mainly because I'm trying to get the 50 cal sniper rifle. But I really do. My favorite class right now is the recon class and the support class, depending on what map I'm playing. The recon class is super cool because I feel like you can identify where people are at for everybody on your team, and it kind of helps the gameplay go along, and it makes it easier to capture. I've noticed when you don't have a recon person on your squad, um, it makes it super difficult to identify where targets are at and where enemies are at. Versus if you have a recon guy, it makes it a lot easier to identify where people are at, especially if they're doing their job well. Obviously, support's super important because it's your medic and your extra ammo if you need ammo. Um, the most frustrating piece is when people play support and they don't revive you or they don't lay down their support pack where you can get extra ammo and stuff. That's always frustrating. But if you have good squad members, they'll take care of you. The balances between them, I think they're all pretty balanced. They all serve a purpose. There's no like one that's gonna be better than the other one. Like I do like playing engineer. Like for example, engineer is super important in Conquest because you have all the tanks and vehicles and stuff like that. But you got to have an engineer that's actually doing what they're supposed to be doing, or it's gonna be real frustrating. I'll probably play more engineer once I get my sniper rifle that I want, just because I do like playing where you're healing tanks, destroying tanks and vehicles and stuff like that. It's super fun to do. Um, the only thing is that they're they're all very balanced. Like they all serve a purpose. There's not like it's not like in most games where you have like one class that's better than the other one, or there's like a meta meta class that you can have in Battlefield 6. They also repurpose, so you just need to actually have someone playing that role that's actually going to do their job. Um, the modes and gameplay variety, I've only played Conquest, if I'm being honest with you. I mean, I played a little Breakthrough. Um, I played a little bit of the close quarters combat, mosh pit. Uh, but Conquest is the bread and butter of Battlefield 6. If you aren't playing Conquest, um, you're not really getting the Battlefield 6 experience, which could make it difficult for you to enjoy the game, in my opinion. I mean, if it's not your thing, it's not your thing, right? Some guys just don't like big maps. But I think until you play Conquest, where you have like all the tanks, all different variables put into the game, where you have people sniping from across the map and stuff like that, you're not really playing Battlefield 6. I know like the close quarters combat stuff super famous because a lot of the Call of Duty community, myself included, came over to this game. Now I played the original like Battlefield 1. I played Battlefield, was it 5? I don't know. It was one of the other Battlefields I played. Battlefield 3 I played. That's the one I played. Um, but Call of Duty's always been my bread and butter. So like I count myself as part of the Call of Duty community. But since those guys came over, I think a lot of people are playing the close quarters combat stuff because it's more fast paced, higher engagement rate. Um, it's just KD stuff like get kills, win the match, score high scores. People want that kind of stuff. So I mean, it's good that Battlefield put that in there for those people. I feel like this game is very fresh. It's refreshing to play it. This game, it's not recycled garbage, and it's not a dig at Call of Duty. But it's definitely done a good job of giving me something new to play and giving me the opportunity to enjoy something different that isn't so sweaty. Because like I still get frustrated. Don't worry about that. However, um, the game is definitely played differently. It's very refreshing, and a lot of people are enjoying it, including myself. Um, I think this game, because of Battlefield doing what it's doing as far as putting out all this new content already, like end of this month they're putting out new content, and because they're taking into account the feedback they're getting from the community, and they're making changes already to make things better, like the UI and stuff like that. Um, I think this game is going to go for a while. I don't think Battlefield 6 is going away. I don't think it's going to die over time. There's so much to do in this game as far as progression is concerned. Player retention is going to be high as shit in this game, in my opinion. Like, there's so much you can do. Like, this challenge I'm doing for DMRs right now, I had to get 5,000 damage over 75 meters, and I had to get 100 headshots with a DMR. And then you have to do another challenge to get the actual sniper rifle. So, like, there's so much into this game you can do, and I think that's going to help retain players. Now, is progression kind of slow in my opinion? Absolutely, dude. Like leveling guns and leveling up your rank, super slow. But I think they did it on purpose. They don't want people just getting everything done within 2 weeks and then not playing the game anymore. So I think that was the intention behind that. Um, I will say that due to the slow progression, it is going to be a grinder. So if you're a casual player where you only have like a couple hours a week to play, um, it's going to take you a minute to get to some of this stuff that you want to unlock and do in this game. That that is the last thing I want to say about Battlefield 6, y'all. Um, I think that the game in overall is very good. I think the game is very well put together. Um, I do have to get used to the fact that like I can't just run and gun in Battlefield 6. Like I found that out the hard way because I am a Call of Duty player. Um, it's a lot more strategic, holding positions, uh, and defending points and stuff like that is pretty much the name of the game. So if you find yourself running around Battlefield 6 just willy-nilly, good luck to you, because you're probably going to get camped on. Someone in a corner somewhere you didn't check, and they're going to shoot you in the back. It's happened to me plenty of freaking times. But I appreciate y'all watching the video. I appreciate y'all's support thus far, since the channel's been consistently uploading videos. I'm trying to do a video once a day with my work schedule. It's kind of hard sometimes, but I'm trying to do it for y'all, and I truly enjoy making these videos for you guys. So thank you guys so much for all the support. Thank you guys for joining in the stream.